Well, hello there. I'm Jane Hogan, the wellness engineer, and this is Wellness by Design. So it's a show all about helping people achieve wellness, not by reacting to the world around them, but by intentionally designing a life that suits their own body. And it's about getting well. I have rheumatoid arthritis, got it in 2016. I was pretty much disabled, just about disabled, and I've made a full recovery naturally using food, lifestyle, and mindset. So I'm all about helping people now understand the power that they have. So that's why I call myself the wellness engineer. I worked as an engineer for 30 years, and now I'm a health coach, and I'm basically taking what I learned about design and problem solving and all those engineering skills I had are really applicable to the work that I'm doing now. And I love, because I'm sciencey and because I'm also into spirituality, I love bringing the two together. So blending science and spirituality together to help people release pain and inflammation. All right. So I was last night, well, a lot of nights, I wake up during the middle of the night. I have ideas all the time. And it used to really bother me, but now I'm starting to embrace it. So I even leave like a little notebook. Here's my notebook. I leave on my bedside table so that when one of these ideas pops into my head, I can just write it down. Sometimes I don't even turn on the light. I'll just write it down. It's kind of messy. I did turn on the light last night, and this is what I wrote down. You are stronger than your circumstances and more powerful than you know. Oh, I just love that. That was brilliant. I wrote that down and then I could just go back to sleep again. I liked that so much that I put it on my website today because I believe that we have no idea how powerful we are. We we think things are happening to us when we can really be the creators of our life and our health and everything by being the actual designer. So that's what I'm about sharing with people. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about, because I got this idea while I was sleeping, about our brain states when we're sleeping. So actually I'll talk about brain states in general. So you know that brain waves can be measured with EEG machines, I think they're called. Anyway, there are basically four common brain states. So there's beta, and beta is when we're in a waking state. So that's normally how we are when we're thinking, we're doing stuff. And actually, beta is a really high range of states. So the brain, when they measure these brain waves, what they're actually measuring is how frequently the neurons in our brain are firing, and they're measured in hertz, which is cycles per second. So let's just I gotta put my glasses on. Let's just have a look at this for a second. So I've got here. This is by a book by Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And he's done a lot of study on the brain. So he's got a great little graph here showing the brain state. So if you can see this one right here, that's the beta range. Quite a big range. So it goes from low beta to mid beta and high beta. So the ranges of these cycles can be anywhere from 13 cycles per second, or 13 hertz, up to 50. 50. Now, a lot of us, how do we get to that 50? That's when we're in a stressed state. Okay. But we can be awake and be in beta and not be in that stress state. Okay, so that's beta. And then let's see, then we move down to alpha. So alpha is about 8 to 13 cycles per second. And that is when we're in a restful state. So we're awake, but we're restful. Okay, so maybe our mind is just relaxed a little bit more. And then there's theta. So theta is a dreamy state. And that's he says, between four to 8 cycles per second, or 4 to 8 hertz. And then there's delta, which is when we're in deep sleep, and that is less than 4 hertz. So when we're in deep sleep, we're totally relaxing. we're healing and all that's happening. But I want to talk about, yeah, so at that alpha state, that restful state is kind of where we are when we're relaxing, when we first wake up in the morning, just when we're drifting off to sleep. So that's a nice relaxed state. And it also happens when we're in a meditative state. And actually, we can get to even deeper levels of brain waves, so into theta and even possibly delta when we're meditating as well. But just that nice relaxed state, that's when we are in that alpha state. um, so reason why I wanted to talk about this is what happens to us physically when, oh, actually, before I get to that, I want to mention that I am doing the 5 days of deep relaxed breathing masterclass. Starts tomorrow. You can sign up at janehoganhealth.com/deep relaxed breathing, all one word. And I'm going to help you get into this alpha state where you are nice and relaxed. Now, why is this important? Why is it important to try to get out of that the beta state, the really high state? When we are in that beta state, our brain is just like go, 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 go. And especially when we're in the high state, what happens is that the brain waves are kind of they're not very coherent is the term that they used. So they're not coherent. So things aren't working together. It's not functioning optimally. And one of the things that's going on in our brain is our subconscious is running our whole autonomic nervous system. So the autonomic nervous system runs our digestion, like all these things we don't have to think about, right? The digestion, our heart, our circulatory system, our immune system, our endocrine system. I mean, we're not ever thinking about those things, right? That's our subconscious mind controlling the autonomic nervous system. But when we are in that high beta state, when we're stressed, and that, I said beta, I meant to say delta, sorry. When we're in that delta state, when we are, no, I said that wrong again. I was right first time. I should have kept my glasses on. Beta, the beta state. So the beta is the busy. That's a good way to remember it. Beta, busy. So that busy state, especially when we're highly stressed and we got a lot of neurons firing all the time, we don't have coherence in our brain, which means then our subconscious mind is not operating optimally, and that also means that all of our autonomic nervous system is not functioning optimally. Our immune system isn't functioning optimally. Our digestive system is not functioning optimally. Our circulatory system, our endocrine system, all of those things are not, and that affects our sleep and wake cycle. So then we don't sleep as well. So all of these things in that high beta state, yes, high beta busy state, that when that happens, we're just not functioning optimally. All right. So we spend a lot of time as a society generally in that high beta state. So the more we can get ourselves down to right into that alpha state, or perhaps even moving on to theta, perhaps even delta when you get really good at meditation. If we can get ourselves in those states, then our brain becomes coherent. Okay, it becomes more coherent. It's functioning optimally. We have more energy then, because it takes a lot, that incoherent state uses a lot of energy. So we end up having more energy. Our digestion works better. Our immune system works better. We sleep better. Our circulatory system works better. Everything is just working better. So that's why I'm so passionate about teaching people how to get into this alpha state more often. And that's what I'm going to be doing in the Deep Relaxed Breathing Masterclass. Starts tomorrow. Okay, if you haven't signed up yet, janehoganhealth.com/deep relaxed breathing. I'm going to have a little prize. This is going to be, look, I got all these little beautiful gifts together. Whoops. Yeah, just slid off. This is a little, it's an aromatherapy bracelet, and I've got some essential oils. Oh, and the aromatherapy bracelet has rose quartz, moonstone, and labradorite. And these lava stones, which are very porous, so they actually hold the essential oils. So you can put that in there and feel all nice and relaxed. The essential oils I got here, it's a beginner kit, relaxing, stimulating, and refreshing. There's lavender, there's peppermint, and there's sweet orange. So some really nice ones, some great little relaxation kit things in there. And where is it? Yes, so when you sign up, you can download this guidebook that we'll be using for the masterclass. And as soon as you get it, before we start, there's an assess your stress quiz. And this quiz, you do it beforehand. It's only 10 questions. It's not like a scientific quiz, but it just gives you a little bit of a measurement to see where you are now. And then after the 5 days, so there's a page for each day, and after the 5 days you would do the quiz again and assess your stress levels then. So I think it's going to be a great tool for you to see how you've improved over the 5 days. And when you see an improvement, this is what worked for me anyway. When I was working on my healing, I would graph and chart how things were going, my pain levels, my sleep, and all these other things. And when I could see improvement, like looking at the actual numbers, it motivated me to keep on going. Because you forget, when you were feeling bad, you forget how you felt then. So when you keep a record and you track things, that's when you really see the magic happening. All right, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining me on Wellness by Design. And I will see you if you join me in the masterclass. I'll be right here back on Jane Hogan Health tomorrow, September 30th, for 5 days. And yeah, I hope you join me and you can get your brainwaves going from that crazy busy beta down to some nice relaxed alpha. Maybe you'll even get into theta. All right. So we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.